Boosting communities as we know them in World of Warcraft are now officially dead. Yes, yesterday there was a leak that aimed at this being a thing that might happen, and today it was officially confirmed by Kvax, one of the community managers for WoW, that indeed it's happening. There's been a blue post where it is stated that as of today we will now prohibit organizations who are offering boosting, matchmaking, escrow, or other non-traditional services, including those offered for gold. However, this policy update does not restrict individuals or guilds from using the provided in-game tools to buy or sell in-game items or activities for in-game currency. So this means that boosting is not altogether officially dead. It just means that communities as we know them and the way they operate through the massive Discord servers, they are going to be a thing of the past. So individuals and guilds will still be able to offer services for gold. However, the big difference is going to be in the supply of boosts that are going to be in the market. The fact that there's going to be no more massive Discord groups organizing runs within minutes means that people will have a much tougher time forming groups and getting their guild to collaborate and advertise themselves to find the buyers for their sales. So we will just see way less people trying to do it, way less runs actually being advertised on trade chat, but we will still have trade chat spam. It might just change from advertising for a different community to advertising for your own guild, or straight away just advertising for your own little 5-man group. So this will also impact the way that you buy the boosts. Now before, with the boosting communities, people were trustworthy of them because they had such a big name, they had such a big reputation, they had the massive websites, the massive discords, they stand, or they at least look like they stood to lose a lot from having a bad image by scamming people, right? So people would wholeheartedly go to these boosting communities and give them whatever they wanted for the price of the boost. Now dealing with individuals as we used to do back in the day, it's going to take a lot more trust in the person. It's going to take a lot more of a reputation building by the guild within the server or by the group of people that are trying to run whatever 5-mans or PvP. Given that there is no warranties of anything, those people might as well scam you immediately and then go away or make an excuse for it and you never see the gold back. So what does this mean for the health of the game, the economy, and the most immediate effects that we're going to be seeing? So likelihood is boosts are going to go up in price, given that the supply is going to go down, because people will have a much harder time organizing themselves to make boosts. There's no way there's going to be near the same amount of boosts going on as when all the communities were operating. And then we might see a shift in the prices of the WoW token as a result, because less people will be likely buying them with real money, for the fact that they might just not trust now working with individuals as opposed as they were used to working together with the communities. So we might see that happening, people stepping away from buying so many boosts, and therefore the WoW token being less utilized in that way. But regardless, I think there's still going to be a healthy boosting economy and environment, really, because people still want to buy boosts and people are still going to be ready to offer boosts. The dynamic of how this is going to happen is going to shift, and we might see people taking advantage of a system for in the short term, especially like people trying to make guilds that are really just operating as small boosting communities within every realm, or even see some of the biggest advertisers in the different communities take the reins and use the connections that they used to have to try to be the ones handling the business now and really pulling the strings behind the lines, redirecting their clients to different guilds or different connections of different groups of people that they might have already talked to in order to supply such services and boosts. So for now, we can really only speculate of what's really going to happen in the long term, but we can assume that right now boosts are still going to be a part of WoW. If you log in, you're still going to be able to see trade chat full of people spamming. It's just going to be for themselves, for their little individual Mythic Plus PvP groups and for their own guilds instead of for the big boosting communities. So boosting is going nowhere. We're still going to be seeing all of that stuff in the game. Whether you like it or not, it is legal to offer in-game services for gold, so long as you're not disrupting the game in the way that they have just outright banned right now with the boosting communities. A little bit of a change that I wanted to touch on is the race to world first and how this change is going to be impacting the way the top guilds are making spendings in preparation for the new tier. So some of these guilds usually had close relationships with the boosting communities. They had priority within the communities to be assigned boosts, and they even sometimes had access to massive loans that they would then pay off over the course of the tier, just so they could buy everything they wanted up front for the race. Now, this no longer being an option, the likelihood is these guilds will have to be making the gold beforehand, which I assume they all already have hundreds of millions, given that they have access to boosting the content before anybody else for higher prices. They have a massive reach of people willing to pay money just to be boosted by their favorite players or streamers, and they just likely have more alts that are ready to boost multiple times the entire thing. So these top guilds will be fine. They will be able to make the big spendings they are used to no matter what. It might just take a little bit more effort to them instead of having the help of the boosting communities. All in all, I think this change will be regarded positively by the community. I think a lot of people had harnessed a lot of hatred towards the boosting communities because they thought that they essentially operated like big businesses within the game, and they also thought that making gold through offering in-game services was not legit, especially if they think that in the backline within these communities there is RMT going on. The reality is boosting is going nowhere. It's here to stay. We're still going to be having trade chat spammed by people offering services, and people are still going to be willing to buy WoW tokens or spending their hard-earned gold to buy whatever services they so desire. So I hope you guys are ready for that in the long run. Yeah, we will have some economical shifts happening. The prices of boosts might go up, and the WoW token will shift in price a little bit, but the game will still be basically the same as it was. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Let me know what you think about this topic. I'm streaming in twitch.tv/midwayeu, so come check that out if you're interested in it. I'm playing Holy Paladin, usually raiding or doing high mythic plus. And yeah, if you like it, please drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.